Hello my scrappy friends, I thank you so much for coming back to my channel, and if you are new here, thank you as well for coming. Today I am sharing this layout that I created for the Bella Boulevard creative team. It is using their brand new School is Cool collection, and I'm also using this School is Cool cutout from one of their school cutout packs. So I in those cutout packs you always get templates to cut out pattern papers to back the cutout, but this is how I've always done it. As far as using cutouts or cut files, I just trace it on the pattern paper and cut out my pattern, cut out the letters and such. So that is what I'm doing. I try to vary the patterns and colors as much as possible, and that's the wonderful thing about Bella Boulevard is there is so much variety in the colors and patterns, so you really can't go wrong. So for the background, I wanted to have a slanted piece of pattern paper to base my design off of. So what I'm doing here is I was just measuring on each side 1 inch from the bottom and 3 inches from the top, turned the paper around and did the reverse. 3 inches from the bottom, 1 inch from the top. So then when I cut it at a diagonal from the top and the bottom. I hope that makes sense. It's just something I figured out in my head and thankfully it worked. I've done this design before on a previous layout that I shared on Instagram. That's kind of where I got inspired for this one. So I am going to create some zigzag stitching. I also did this on that layout that I was just talking about. And that one actually happened to be a school theme layout as well. So what I am doing to create the zigzag stitching is I am piercing holes about every 1/8 of an inch across on the white part of the cardstock, and then I go back and in between two holes I will pierce a hole in the black part of the cardstock, like in the middle of those. So it kind of creates a triangle, if that makes sense. That's the best way I can describe it. This is the best way I can do this stitch with getting the stitching as even as possible. So now that I have that all that stitching done, I am adding the cutout using foam adhesive. And I'm also going to add that on a slant, getting it as close as even as possible on each side, and then my photo will be there at the top. So I'm just gonna kind of play with the embellishments here, looking through them. I kind of looked through them already. These items are from the ephemera pack, ephemera icons, and I'm just kind of playing around with the ones that I pulled out that I thought I might use, going back to the other ones that I kind of were unsure about, and then adding those in. And there's no rhyme or reason to where I'm putting the embellishments. It's just whatever looks good at the time, I am just sticking with. So some of the embellishments I will use foam adhesive, and others I will just glue flat with liquid glue. This backpack, I felt like there was too much of the white border sticking out around it, so I just trimmed some of that off and glued it with, or adhered it down with foam adhesive. I'm gonna add my photo down with adhesive now because I know that's where it's going. and then I can add those embellishments around it. When I'm doing a design like this where the main elements are not straight on, they're, you know, on a slant or tilted slightly, I will tilt other embellishments, like that school days sign. I kind of tilted it more straight onto the background. It just gives a whimsical and childlike feel to the layout. Now that I kind of have some of those embellishments down, I'm going to take off some of the backing of that foam adhesive on the cutout, and then I'm going to pull out these puffy stickers. I liked this little green pencil, and I was like, felt like I needed to use it somewhere on the layout, and then I grabbed that little super cute worm with the glasses and added it on to the apple. I thought that was perfect. I'm just gonna add something over here to that backpack. So I'm going to go with this little square that says I Heart School. Kind of looks like it's part of the backpack. Okay, just still playing around with some of the embellishments, trying to figure out if I need more on the layout. I felt like it was still a little bit bare. I am gonna tuck in a few things here by the sea. Normally when I create clusters or when I'm embellishing, I try to stick to the triangle design because it just allows your eye to move around the layout, but because this design has a large title, I don't always do that, and I will just tuck things in between the letters. It just honestly depends on my mood and what I'm feeling for that layout. And for this one, I felt like I just needed to tuck things in here and there, and that's what I'm doing. I felt like there was this really awkward space up here between that little blue heart and where the photo is, so I found this tab piece and I excuse me, tucked that in there. And now I am taking these enamel star stickers and just adding them in a couple of places, trying to bring in some more color. And you can kind of see with the stars, I'm keeping those as the triangle, I suppose. That way hopefully your eye will be drawn around the layout. Here are the close-ups. I hope you enjoyed this layout and are inspired to create a layout on a slant or, you know, skewed one way. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.